in 2.3 functions, and we have increasing, decreasing, and constant functions. So if we look at this function, and I know it's a function because it only touches the graph in one place at a time. Okay, that's function. But I can cut this function up into 4 different areas. Oops, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this part is called decreasing. And how do you remember that? This is how I remember it. So I put myself on this. Here's me with my crazy hair. I'm happy. I'm walking this way, and I always have to walk that way from left to right. So I'm going for a walk. So if I'm walking this way, you can see that I would be walking downhill. I'd be going down. Decreasing stands for down. So this part of the function is decreasing. And then if I'm walking this way, and then here I'm not going up or down, so that's called constant. And then here, woo, I'm going down really fast, okay? So here, because I'm going down again, it's decreasing, down. D stands for down, decreasing. And then I'm walking this way, and you can see I'm walking uphill, so it's increasing. So I'm always going for a walk this way, all right? So if we have this down here, this is increasing because if I'm going for a walk, here's me, I'm standing here, I'm walking, I'd be walking uphill. And here's me, I'd be walking downhill. And here, it's easy because it's not up or down, so it's called constant. Now, all of this is just different ways of saying increasing or decreasing. So here, a function is increasing if, as x increases, y also increases. So here, you can see x's, they're both sort of small, but as I go up, the value of an x and y both go up. So this is, say this is 5, now 10, now 15. That's 5, 10, 15. Those numbers are getting bigger together. So as the x's get larger, the y's get larger. Decreasing, so here, so this maybe is 1 and this is 10. And then this is maybe 5 and 5. And maybe this is 10 and 2. I don't know. I'm just making numbers up. So as the x's get larger, so as my x's get larger, the y's get smaller. So I'm going this way. My x's are getting bigger, but my y's are going down. It just means it has a negative slope, okay? Constant means the graph is flat. It has a slope of 0. As the numbers, as x increases, the y stays the same. So the y value, say this is 5. So here is 1, here is 5, here is 10. As the numbers increase on x, y always stays at 5. So it's a constant slope, okay? Really, you just have to remember if it goes up, it's increasing, down is decreasing, flat, it's constant. Okay, so if I look at this graph here, it says determine the intervals over which the function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. So it just says where is it increasing and where is it decreasing, where is it constant. So don't look at these arrows, they confuse you. So I have this part, that's part 1. This part is part 2, and this part is part 3. So I have 3 distinct areas of my function. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to draw me, and I'm going for a walk. I'm walking this way. Make me happy. There. So as I'm walking, I'm going to walk down. So this part is decreasing. So part 1, so 1 is decreasing. Now I'm going for a walk. As I walk, I'm going to start going up for number 2. So as I go up, number 2 is increasing. And then I'm still walking, and I'm walking on a flat surface, so part 3 is constant. Now I have to find my numbers. So all I do is I go, okay, start and stop. Oh wait, it doesn't stop there. It has an arrow, which means it goes forever. So this goes from 1 to like negative infinity. This one goes from 1 to 3. And this one goes from 3, oh, it's got an arrow, to infinity. Okay? So the first one is negative infinity to 1. Let's look at the ends. So this has to be round because it's infinity. This is an open circle. Open circles have round brackets. Okay? Next part. It starts at 1 and it stops at 3. Because it has a closed circle, it's going to be a square bracket at closed. Now this one does not have a closed or open circle. So if it's just a straight line or a line with no circle, then we do closed or square brackets. Now the third part goes from 3 to infinity. And we use a square bracket again at 3 because there's no open or closed circle. It's just a straight line. Well, not straight. I mean, it's just a line. And so it shows that it can be equal to 3. And infinity always has a round bracket. Okay? Next one. Okay, so we have part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. So we have 4 parts. So here's me. I'm going for a walk. I'm walking this way. I'm going to walk downhill, so decreasing. It's flat, so it's constant. Then it's going to be downhill again, decreasing. And then I'm walking uphill, increasing. And here they've put on all the points. Okay? And because you see they're all closed circles. So I don't know if I started the video. I did. Okay. Because they're all closed circles, they're going to be square brackets, except for this one, because this one goes to infinity, which will be a round bracket. So here, the first one is decreasing from negative 5 to negative 2, negative 5 to negative 2. Now we're only looking at the x-axis. Don't look at the y-axis. Okay? So it's decreasing from here to here, between negative 5 and negative 2. Now it's constant here between, you can't see that, but that's a negative 2. Between negative 2 and 0, it's constant, it's flat. Now from here to here, from 0 to 2, from 0 to 2, don't look at that numbers. Here, 1, 2. So 0 to 2, it's decreasing again. And then from 2 to infinity, it's increasing. And remember, infinity has to have a round bracket. Okay, so let's do a few examples. So let's cut it up first. This looks like one part, but it's not. We have to cut it here because this is decreasing and this is increasing. So that's 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 parts. So let's draw a picture of me. I'm going for a walk. 2 eyes. I'm walking this way. So I have part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. So if I'm walking this way, I'm going downhill. So that's decreasing. Then I'm going uphill, which is increasing. Then I'm on a flat part, which is constant. Oops, I spelled it wrong. Constant. And then I'm going uphill, which is increasing. So I'm just writing the words first. Now this goes from 0 to infinity because it has an arrow. So it's decreasing from infinity to 0. I'm not going to put the brackets yet. So from here to here, it's because that goes forever, and that stops at 0. This little part is 0 to 1. Let's put the 2 up here because it looks like I'm talking about 2. So from here to here, it's increasing. So from 0 to 1, it's increasing. Now from 1 to 2, right here, it's flat, so it's constant. So from 1 to 2, it's constant. And then from here to infinity, it's increasing. So 2 to infinity, it's increasing. So it should have a negative infinity. So infinities need round brackets. So let's do the first one. Because there's no circle here and it's just a continuous line, I'm going to put a square bracket. Same for this one. Because it's a continuous line, square bracket. Closed circle is square bracket. Here in the constant, we have open circle. So there's an open circle, so it's round here. And then this side has a closed circle, so that has to be a square bracket. Now this has an open circle, so it says it can't be equal to that, so it has to be round. Okay, so let's do the next ones. So here's part 1 and here's part 2. Okay, now don't look at the arrow because it gets confusing, okay? It makes you think maybe downhill or uphill. So let's draw me. There's me, my crazy hair. I'm walking this way. So I'm walking this way, so I'm walking uphill. So uphill is increasing. I'm going up. That's my arrow. It looks funny. Increasing. And then I'm walking here. Again, it's increasing. I must have walked up and then went, I fell down, but not really. It just jumps. And then I'm walking again up. So that's increasing. So here is 1. So from here to here, that's infinity. So from this piece here, from infinity to here, it's increasing. Negative infinity to 1. And because it has an open circle, I have to put a round bracket. Now the second part, it's increasing from 1 to infinity. But 1 has a closed circle, so I have to put a square bracket. And infinity always has a round bracket. So sometimes people might go, oh, that's decreasing because there's an arrow. No, don't do that. Just remember you're going for a walk and you go, oh, that's difficult to walk because of COVID. We haven't been exercising. I have to walk uphill. That's increasing. That's increasing. They're both actually increasing. Okay. Let's look at the next one. We have part 1, part 2. This is another part 3 and part 4. Okay, so let's just go for the walk first. This is me. Crazy hair. I just woke up. Okay, I'm walking this way. So I'm walking uphill. So that's increasing. I'm walking uphill, increasing. I'm falling down. That's down. That's decreasing. And then I'm walking uphill again. So that's increasing. Okay, so let's find my numbers now. So that's -7. That's at a -5. This red line here is -1. That's a 3. And that looks like it goes on forever, so it goes towards infinity. Okay, so let's look at part 1. So from -7 to 5, it's increasing. So -7 to -5, it's increasing. Now this is a solid line, so it means please include me, square bracket. Open circle, do not include me, round circle. Now increasing, it's increasing from -5. Now it's an open circle, so it says don't include me, round bracket. And it's going up, 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 up. So from here to here. So -5 to -1. Because it's got this, like, we call them asymptotes. because it never touches 1, it's going up forever and ever and ever, but it's never touching that line. That's what this dotted line is showing you. It says these two parts of the graph go up towards -1, but never touch it. And that's important because it says it's going towards -1, but never touching it. So you have to use a round bracket because it never actually touches 1. So now the third part, it from here to here, so from -1 to 3, -1 to 3, it's decreasing, okay? Does it ever touch -1? No, because it goes close to it but never touches it, so it has to be a round bracket. And that's a closed circle, and closed circles are square. Now the last part is increasing. This means don't include it. So what is that? That's a 3. And so from here, from 3 all the way up to infinity, it's going to increase. So here, don't include it, which means it's a round bracket. And we never, ever, ever, ever use square brackets on infinity. They're always round. Okay? So that's increasing, decreasing, and constant. For my last one.